Ooh. Oh, that is adorable.
Well, thank you. It is adorable. That's what it is. And you know what? It's time for a
Wow.
show.
Look at that. New year, new us, Milby.
We're big time. We're
I
blowing
need
the
a piece of
budget.
that bacon right now. It's a dreary day. We got to sunshine this day up.
Well, that's all on you, girl.
Look at those little things are moving and the bacon is crispy. I love it.
You have no idea
No idea what.
how many pictures.
You know how to turn the music off? Is that what I don't even have any idea about?
I was letting it run out. You have no idea how many pictures of bacon I looked at to try to.
I think you picked a pretty good one.
Because some are looked a little too crispy, which you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have bacon that's too crispy, and you can have bacon
hard to do, though.
that is underdone. And in our house, half the family like it like burnt, and me, I like it a little on the more of a chewy side.
I'm the well done bacon girl, I think.
Are you? Okay.
Yep.
Well, welcome in to show number 79 of Bacon in Your Mailbox on this Tuesday, January the 5th, 2021.
We're 5 days in.
Are you not impressed that I got 2021 on there? I can hardly ever get the weather graphics right, but I remember to put 2021.
I don't write the date nearly as often because of autofill and everything I do now, but I did write a check yesterday because I had to have a part put in my washer, which is a whole different story we can talk about for all of the year. But I caught myself, but I got it right.
There you go. Well, welcome into the show. If you're new, maybe this is a New Year's resolution to start watching more things on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Well,
yes, it should have been.
Congratulations. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller. That there is my friend Janet Clark, community admirer. And we're glad that you decided to waste your morning with us. Or if you're watching it on a replay, hey, at least
your afternoon, your evening, your middle of the night.
You could fast forward through a lot of stuff. But traditions never will change. We say good morning to our friend Carter Blankenship, our number one fan.
Good morning, Carter.
We get that in every show. It's our goal.
Carter's probably doing his homework right now, so he'll be watching this later. So it may be in the afternoon for Carter. If it's in the afternoon, good afternoon, Carter.
So we also celebrate those who play along. We call them Baconites, #Baconites. Kristen Parrott is our first poster today. Please feel free to comment on anything that we talk about on the show. You can do that below us. One of our loyals, Vicky with a hiya. 3 waves and 6 bacons in there.
That's crazy, Aunt Vic. She's bringing 21 with all the bacon.
Yeah. And then there's Andy Cranhagen or Andrew Cranhagen. I don't know if I should be official or if I should.
Or Mr. Cranhagen, if you want to go really official. I mean, you know.
How come I went with Janet Jackson? Mr. Cranhagen, if you're nasty. So anyway.
You're scaring me already.
Brian Dennis checking in this morning too. Big congratulations to Brian. Brian got out of bed in his pajamas on New Year's Day and walked the New Year's Day dash benefiting Springhaven Domestic Violence Shelter.
Awesome.
Boy, that was wet.
Yeah, we were going to go out there if we made it back in time, but we didn't. So I was still in my pajamas. I just wasn't running or walking at 8 a.m.
So the funny thing is I got up and went out to start the truck, and it was just pouring down the rain. I looked up the street, and I could not even see my friend Shirley Hazler's house. It was raining so hard.
That's how hard it was raining.
And I said, oh, well, at least I got a rain suit. Then I couldn't find my rain suit.
Oh, of course.
So I walked out to the camper. It wasn't out there. I thought, well, I had it for that event, and it was here. Finally found it in the garage, luckily.
Oh, nice.
So anyway, worked out well. So
I thought you were going to say you put it on and it had holes in it and you got wet anyway.
I did not. I actually stayed pretty dry. We set the sound system and the timing system and everything underneath the the soccer pavilion there at the sports park. I don't know if you're familiar with the place out there, right?
I don't. I haven't been there in a while. I need to go back out and revisit it.
You know, you've only been a part of sports tourism since like 1865.
Listen, that's how old I am for sure.
Yeah. But Brian did survive. He didn't look 100% fresh when he came in.
What I want to know, Brian, is did you put fresh PJs on to go to the run, or did you sleep in those PJs and then just get up and head out the door?
Well, why would you want to put fresh ones on? They're just going to get sweaty and nasty anyway, right?
Or rained on in that case.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of rain, speaking of weather, here you go.
Yep.
Your bacon in the mailbox weather forecast
Ooh,
for this Tuesday. How about that?
I like it.
Yeah. Cloudy, 42 today, 26 and partly cloudy tonight, and mostly cloudy, 45 on Wednesday. I am going to come to hate that weather graphic.
Why?
Because I've got to build it each and every time. I just can't change words in it.
Oh.
It's there.
Pick another one.
I wanted to be cutesy with the graphics,
You wanted to be cutesy?
Yeah, and so I had to find a graphics package that allowed me other options, like partly sunny. And then you couldn't use partly cloudy at night and it have a sun. So I had to.
Got it. So
yeah.
Got it.
It was.
You can do it. I got faith in you. I mean, it's just one button. Come on.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yep.
So Shirley, we miss seeing you at the race too. Shirley is one of the regulars for 5Ks and charity events around here. Yeah. So she'll get there. But I've turned over a new leaf. I'm trying to exercise.
Yeah.
Did you do a New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution was to not go to Target for the first week of the new year, and I've almost made it.
Okay.
I feel like I have a lot of Target in me, trying to get it
out. I don't have that problem. I don't go to Target. I don't go to Walmart.
I don't do the other one either. I don't do the other one, but I do Target because they seem to always have what I need and I can order it. I've discovered I can order it and pick it up, but, so I decided I need a holiday. I need a period of time. And so I told my husband, I was like, I'm not going to go to Target all of January. And he said, no, you're just setting yourself up. And I said, you're right. How about the first 2 weeks of January? And he goes, to stretch. And I was like, okay, a week. And he goes, you might make it.
Did Mitch or you or anybody else decide to participate in dry January where you drink no alcohol, buy no alcohol through the month of January?
No, I sometimes do that for Lent. Make some changes there for Lent, but I'm not doing a dry January. And aren't you glad? Because this show would be horrible.
If you didn't drink in the morning, I know it.
No, I didn't drink at all.
Oh, I didn't know. Because apparently, if you have a New Year's resolution, the date for that is, if you're one of those who made those, don't feel bad if you've already stumbled, because experts say that by January 14th, over a third of resolutions makers will have quit.
A third.
The largest majority after that quit right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm not committed. I didn't do any New Year's resolutions. I am trying to adjust some things. I'm not dieting.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the word dieting. I like to say
either. It starts with DIE.
Yeah. I like lifestyle changes, and I'm trying to work on, I don't want to give up everything, because if you give it all up and you focus on it, I'm not going into any kind of fitness competition anytime soon.
Right.
So I don't need to be 100% clean.
Right.
But, I am trying to adjust my eating patterns and my snacking issues. And
so, during the pandemic and during the holidays, we're home so much more. And so anytime we're doing something, we have snacks, right? You watch a movie, have snacks, play a game, have snacks, sitting around doing nothing, have snacks. I mean, it's like, so I told my family, I was like, listen, snacks are going to become meals. If we just want to snack, then we don't need to eat 3 square meals a day, right?
Yeah.
So I think that our intentional adjustments will be eat meals, not meals and snacks forever, right?
Yeah, I agree. And I get here in the office, in the studio, and you start to get tired. You're not going to drink coffee later in the afternoon, so you go grab a snack, or me, the worst, I grab a soft drink. I got to stop doing that. But I've always said that I am an I eat runner, not an elite runner. I run so I can eat,
runner,
not so I'm fast. Yeah. I don't run to be fast. I run so I can eat. Well,
there you go.
2020, I didn't run as much as I had in the past.
Gotta have some balance. Gotta have some balance.
So people go, you know how many miles you have to run to eat that piece of cake? Yeah, I do. That's why I do it.
I do. I might know that. That doesn't mean I can run all them. Yes.
I'm not. There's only one winner. And if you run longer distances, everybody gets a participation medal. So
I was going to say, I've never run to win. I've always just run to finish.
Yeah. Well, we ran to finish 2020.
Yes.
And I think everybody was super excited to click over into 2021. And if 2021 is miserable, it is all on you, because I did see on Facebook and Instagram that you did do your traditional cabbage and black eyed peas and all that.
I had to have health, wealth, and luck.
Well, I mean, you did that in 2020.
I'm not looking out for you. I'm looking out for me. I don't want the wrath if I didn't. I'm telling you, it could have ended up worse. That was a defensive move, Greg Milby. And I know you know what defense is, because I think your football team had a little bit of it last weekend.
See, in our pre-show meeting, you challenged me not to mention my football team. And
I can't believe you've made it 11 minutes without saying the word.
Tighten up, baby.
What a game. What a game.
It was oh my gosh. But I tell you this, our defense, we couldn't stop a cold if we had a handkerchief in our hand.
Well, it was an entertaining game.
Well,
perhaps not the strongest in the defensive season for the Titans, but it was fun to watch.
It hasn't been that way all year. I mean, we are struggling defensively. We don't get the pass rush. And so our secondary has to hang on to these receivers forever. And I don't know, but we guess we just have to outscore teams.
It all starts next weekend. It doesn't matter what has happened up to this point.
Yeah.
It's a new day, baby.
Which I think we watched the game here at the house, and when Sloman, our new kicker, kicked it and it doinked off of the upright, I thought, oh my gosh. And then I just knew it went through. And the video is just great of him where he's like, get ready to celebrate. And then he does this, and then he realizes it goes through. So that, and I
love how they show all players on the sidelines, both sides, all those individual reactions, because you could tell everybody had a little bit of a different angle based on the reaction they had and when they realized, good or bad. Yes.
Yeah. So a good win, first home playoff game for the Tennessee Titans in 12 seasons. And as a season ticket holder,
yes,
I will not be there.
You will not be there. And there might not be a whole lot of people. Here's what's so crazy. And aren't they playing? They're playing a bajillion games next weekend. So I immediately said, don't ask me to do anything next weekend, or not me necessarily, but for the boys in my house, because there won't be a dang thing get done. It will be all day football. It's all they will do.
Which was on my plan, was to get some stuff done this next weekend. And then then I realized the schedules, I'm like, no.
So we didn't, I was going to take my Christmas tree down last weekend because I like to keep it up a little longer and I like to enjoy it as long as possible. And I talked myself out of that in about 5 minutes Sunday morning. So that still has to be done at my house. So maybe if I keep football on in the background, I could recruit some workers to help me. I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
I doubt it. Now, I will say that, I was glad that the Cleveland Browns got in.
Yeah.
It'd been a while for them. And I thought, man, how stinking horrible is that? You're going up against the Steelers, but then the Steelers kept half their team at home. I don't even think they brought water boys. They just said, hey, grab your own bottle. But they ended up pulling out that win.
The Browns play the Steelers, and my Will is a huge Colts fan, and they play the Bills.
Yeah, that's why I wanted the win for the Titans, because I didn't want to go up to Buffalo and play the Bills. The Bills are playing hot right now.
I know. So
and so
he was
the Colts.
excited, but he was like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "Hang on, just don't. You got to play the game, buddy." Yeah.
Now I'm not sure how I want to go with this, because at first I wasn't sure how I wanted to go with it, because my Titans have done pretty well against the Ravens as of late. So playing the Ravens at home is a good run, but we've also done well against the Bills, and the Bills are playing really hot and going on the road. Like, So, I mean, you got to play the games, no matter who you're up against. So, but then the Washington football team.
Yes.
And the Jets. Oh my gosh. How would you like to be a New York Giants player? And if you followed Twitter, you could have, they didn't hold anything back.
Oh, because they've been bashing. I don't follow it. So has it been bad?
It's like the Jets just quit.
Yeah.
They took out Jalen Hurt and put in that backup quarterback, who I think I could have completed more passes than that guy. So I literally think he might have been the water boy for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's like, hey, I'm not going to the Pittsburgh game. Do you guys want me to be your backup quarterback?
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, put me in. So yeah, we do have a lot to look forward to. And I see my friend Kristen Parrott put on here, and I knew somebody would. Kentucky basketball was awesome.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I would go with awesome. They had a good ending.
We can call it awesome. We'll take it any way we can get it right now. It was awesome. Come on, let me hear you say it. It was awesome.
I mean, it was a good game. I'm glad to see that the Kentucky boy, who has been hadn't been getting the playing time, just went gangbusters.
I know. And he said, and everybody's like, do you look forward to doing that again? And the kid, I mean, bless his heart, he's like, I'll just keep working. I'll just keep putting in the work.
Yeah.
It won't change for me. I'll keep working as hard as I've been. I mean, he's just so humble. Yeah. So hopefully we can just add him into the mix, and that will bring some others along, because you hate to, I mean, he's going to have a bad game, right? Because you can't, it doesn't work that way. Like, you don't do that every single game. So
they're young kids, and he's a pure shooter,
Yes.
And
I know. Dante Allen. Morgan even knows how to spell it.
Yeah. That's the thing. You gotta,
I know.
But I'm glad to see him getting a shot, and Calipari's got to eat some crow in that deal. Just admit it, dude.
Listen. And he wasn't even like, I was like, maybe he's the problem. He leaves, he gets booted out of the game, right, for technicals, and they win. Maybe.
I almost went public with a prediction that Calipari would get thrown out of that game.
Yeah, I think he knew that he needed to take it out.
It's a college trick. I mean, it's just what they do. It's sports. I mean, you don't do it in football, but in basketball, you've seen the movie Hoosiers, right? The guy goes over and is like, hey, throw me out of the game. What? Throw me out of the game.
Yeah.
So.
And he said in the presser that he meant to get the first one, but he really didn't think he would get the second one that quickly and get tossed. He was just trying to, but who knows?
No, he's trying to get tossed. And Morgan doesn't agree with me on a lot of stuff, but Cal got tossed on purpose. I think so.
Yeah.
And it almost backfired, but it did work. So
I know.
Good for them. All right. Yeah. So we got football covered, or at least NFL, and you got Louisville and Kentucky winning in basketball.
Yes. Sorry for mentioning those Dirty Birds. They won too.
Dirty Birds.
Did they play what high school? Who was it? Oh, I'm just kidding you.
So college football, Kentucky, congratulations. They get a win in the bowl game. The Tax Slayer Bowl, is that what that was?
The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl.
That's what it was.
They got 26 sponsors. But yeah, that was huge.
And they won an Emmy. Did you see that? Where the best acting job.
What was that?
If you have not, I mean, it's all over the sports world now. It should have been one of the highlights of the entire weekend. But the Kentucky receiver that barely gets touched and he goes down like he's dead. They roll him over and resist. That I got to admit,
it was funny.
It was funny.
I'm not sure the coaching staff appreciated it, but it was funny.
Yeah, outside, if somebody says, "What do you think about that?" "Oh, I think that's irresponsible." But behind the doors, they're high-fiving the dude. That's funny.
I know.
That's funny.
That kid. He'll forever be the one.
Yeah. So I think it was great.
Yeah.
So congratulations to them, and congrats to the coaching staff convincing a lot of these kids to come back for that free year they get.
I know. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it really will change. I mean, there'll be a larger number of fifth-year seniors coming up, and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, a lot of fifth-year seniors on the lines. So
I know.
I think, I mean, you are losing your quarterback, but I think I've seen some comments where people really aren't that upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a mutual parting of the ways, perhaps, and good for him. I mean, if he can get another year, and because he's no doubt a talented quarterback, go to another school and maybe help a team out that kind of needs that style that he's used to. I think it's good, and it's always good to kind of shake things up when you have the opportunity if you can bring in the talent.
Yeah,
and so
fresh
good
start.
for them.
Fresh start.
Absolutely.
Control Alt Delete. It works for computers most of the time. Yep. Hey, good morning, Elaine. And good morning, Terry Ship. Glad to have both of you in this morning. So words and phrases for 2021.
Okay.
Now, we are going to kind of break our rule for those that are maybe new to Bacon in Your Mailbox. Our rule is, and this was all started to be anti-pandemic. We don't mention, certain words about the pandemic because it was just meant to be fun when Jana come up with this idea in March. Crazy is that.
Of 2020.
Yeah. Woo! Show number 79. Again, we thought maybe 7 or 9 we would have got to. But so Lake Superior State University in Michigan has released its 2021 edition of the top 10 words and phrases that should be banished this year.
That we should not carry over.
Should not carry over. It should be taken out. More than 1,450 phrases were nominated for consideration.
Okay.
And 7 of the 10 selected are about the coronavirus. So I can't be putting coins in the jar for mentioning it. Okay.
All right. I'll keep a tally. You can pay me at the end of the show.
Here is the list of words banished from the Queen's English for misuse, overuse, or general uselessness.
I love it.
COVID-19, number 1.
Yeah.
Also COVID, coronavirus, the Rona, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And Ken says he has a bunch of those. Please feel free to add those to this list when we get done here in the discussion, Baconites. This is your show too. So number 2, social distancing.
Oh, yes.
Number 3, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Well, our governor might have a problem with that one.
Yeah.
Number 4, in an abundance of caution.
Oh, agreed.
Number 5, in uncertain times.
Oh.
Number 6, pivot. That was brought up a lot.
Pivot was overused in 19, and then it carried on to 20 in a whole different way. Yep. So 19 teed it up, and then 20 killed the word pivot for sure.
I tell you a word that I was done with right away. Unprecedented.
Yeah.
So that was number 7 on the list.
Okay.
And if you're a woman named Karen or a man named Karen, whatever, you're not going to be happy when I tell you that Karen was number 8 on the list. So they want to eliminate your name.
Wow. You have to come up with some nicknames.
Number 9 is sus.
Number 9 is what?
Sus. Like anything that raises one's suspicions or surprises them.
Interesting.
I didn't know that one as
I didn't either.
Well. And number 10 is I know right. That is on the list.
Perhaps I'm guilty of that one, but I think I just say right a lot. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Right.
That's funny.
Hey, good morning, Becky. And Kim says you have a cool coffee mug. So you want to share? Here, let me give you your spotlight here. You've got the spotlight on your new coffee mug.
So this was a Christmas gift from one of my coworkers, and it is wood. It's made of wood out of a single piece, and it is beautiful. Like I can't even I'm sure my little screen doesn't even do it justice, but I feel like it's very pretty. I can't show you too much because it's still got that much coffee in it, and I don't want to spill it. But I do love it.
It is a nice coffee mug. Well, dude, that's very nice. So Ken says he dislikes the word bae, which I totally agree with. I don't get that. You're my bae.
I don't either.
And then no cap. I don't even know what no cap means.
So my kids say capping, like if you're fibbing or lying, like you're capping. Like if you say I did something else, my kids will say you're capping. Yeah. I learned that this year playing games and listening to my kids after they played video games.
Well, stuff. I guess no cap would be no lie, right?
I think so. Like when they say you're capping means you're lying. So no cap would be don't lie, maybe.
And we've talked before about pop off. Pop off. My daughter, adopted daughter says pop off. I don't and you say it, pop off in good and bad things. I mean,
the things that you can use either way, that's a risky parental decision. Don't go there. Yeah.
And Brian says that his son, Brandon, taught me sus. Yeah, I hear that all the time. Look, you get in here with I guess Garrett is not really into a lot of that slang. He doesn't bust it off around here.
Yeah.
But some of the other kids, man, when I'm producing this podcast, I know, right? When I'm producing his podcast with kids, oh my gosh, I need to write down, I need to take notes so I can try to decipher what they're saying.
Truly. And then I think it's funny too that they have their own, like they talk to each other and I'm just sitting there listening, like trying to follow along. And all of a sudden I go, what are you all talking about? And they go, forget it. Like they don't even want to bother with explaining it to me because it's too difficult to educate their mother. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Like it's their own teenage boy language or something.
But we had that coming because I think I did that early on. Yeah. I hate to admit it, Jana, but we're into that age category where we're not as cool as we think we are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the young kids. I mean, I remember back in the day when I was teaching youth group, I was the bomb diggity. I mean, you know what? The kids wanted to hang around with me. They're like, oh, yeah, he's an adult. That's cool. He's fun. Play basketball with us, do this, do that. Now I'm just like, oh, yeah, we have the old guy today.
Yep.
Old guy's going to give us some wisdom. Probably bust out a quote from Blindside or something. And we're going to have to Google that.
And listen, speaking of that topic, let me just go ahead and get this out there right now because it's coming. It's at the top of the hill and it's getting ready to start picking up some steam. Do you know what I'm talking about? My birthday in September happens to be a significant one.
Oh, we're already talking about your birthday in September?
Well, because I got to prepare myself, Greg.
I'll have to have new graphics by then.
Do you remember that last year's birthday started with a 4 and ended with a 9?
Yeah.
Do you know what that means for 2021?
It's your second anniversary of your 49th birthday.
Yeah, just kidding. I know, right?
Does it really matter though? Do you want it to be big? Do you want to be really big?
No, I'd just soon just come in and sit down, take a nap and be quiet. I don't know. Like I wish honestly, and here's the thing, among my friend group, like in my class, like my grade I'm young for my grade. Do you know what that means when I say that? Like my birthday is last. And so that's always been a bad thing. And then all of a sudden when you turn 40, it's like a good thing, right? I'm the last one. Everybody's already, and they go, finally, you're a member of the club. And I'm going to be the last of my grade, my classmates to turn 50. So we'll see. But that's one thing that 2020 has in store for me. And my husband reminded me of that on New Year's Eve. Careful what you wish for 2021. I was like, oh, no.
It's just a number, Yeah. Ken says you're going to be 30 already.
Ken, have I told you how cute that Christmassy beard is that you got going on there?
Brian says, I love this show. I'm older than the both of you, but I'm more in touch. No, you're not, Brian. You're just trying to decipher your kids' language is why you're more in touch. Yeah.
You just maybe work a little harder at it, Brian. Let's be honest.
You're out of touch because you spend all morning after the show listening to Matt Jones.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, goodness. I love it.
But I mean, I think an age is just an age. It's just a number, right?
Yeah, it's a number. It's just a big one.
I'm trying to convince myself that because I'm not having a midlife crisis, but I think I could, because you start activities hurt more, running and walking hurts more. You get hurt getting up off the couch and then you feel like you're losing connection. And then all of a sudden you got a kid driving a car away. And then, and then you got another kid that has a deeper voice than you do. I mean, it's just,
Oh, for sure.
I get that where people have the midlife crisis. So,
Do you know that the number one sign that you're having a midlife crisis, have you heard this?
no.
When you say, I'm not having a midlife crisis, but.
Oh, I think I could
Oh,
be.
you're
I don't. I've
not.
never had one before.
You are not.
Let's see. In the last 2 years, I went from being an all audio guy to doing all videos, and now I'm doing a Facebook show.
I know. I mean, well, that keeps you young, dude. Come on.
Oh my God. Morgan says, Greg, your midlife crisis would have been in 1964.
Go,
Stop
Morgan.
it, Morgan.
Go, Morgan. It's your birthday.
Oh,
No, that was last week. Sorry.
Gosh, yeah. Oh, blame me. Every day's Morgan's birthday.
Oh, I love
the gift
it.
that keeps on giving. Yeah. I do. I'm like now my shirts don't fit right and I can't blame the dryer.
Nope. You need to find a different style to carry you through.
Yeah.
You
Elaine
can't put
says
a t-shirt on top. Dig down a little. Get a little creative.
Elaine says that go buy a Corvette. That's a midlife crisis.
Please.
No,
yeah.
I bought a new truck. Have you ever seen the prices of diesel trucks?
I know. My husband bought a new Jeep, and I'm telling you, but I think, so first of all, he's wanted it forever, and he's deserved it way before. I mean, it's just kind of been something he's always wanted. And so it finally worked out where we could pass cars down to a teenager. Anyway, it just worked out. And then he went to get one, and because of 2020, they were hard to come by. And so he had to up his game a little, and he got a little nicer one than he had planned on getting. See how he did that, right? Mm-hmm. But I said it was his midlife crisis car. But I think in a year where he was working from home a lot and getting in that Jeep and just taking off on drives, I'm telling you, it was the best thing for his mood and his mental stability. Like it was just fun. And then I kind of got on board with it too. So now I'm like, let's take a Jeep ride. Let's do that. Yeah, and so it's kind of like our thing.
Yeah, my truck was out of necessity because it was going to cost a lot.
Well, that's right. That's true. I forgot about that.
But I didn't have to go nice.
Yeah.
I mean, but my mindset was, you know what? We're going to do these races. We're driving distances sometimes to do these, or if we're pulling our camper, I want to ride in comfort. I work hard, and you've done the right things. Morgan's husband is going to make me a ton of money in my retirement.
Awesome.
Make better now. Pressure. I have to put up with her crap. I think he should. I don't care if he gives me insider trading at this point. But anyway, the truck was just there, and it's not a midlife crisis. Now I know if you say it's not a midlife crisis, it is, but it's not.
So it is.
Yeah. So Shirley says, wait until you reach my age. No, Shirley, that's what I'm worried about. You're in your 70s because you've said that. It's nothing that I'm not busting anything out.
She should wear that she's one of those people that should wear her age on her forehead because she should be so proud of it.
You're part of the problem, Shirley Hasler. You're at that time like 71 years old and you come knocking on my door and you say, hey, Greg, convince me to run a half marathon. I'm like, Shirley, you're 71.
Lower that bar a little there, sure.
And she's done a ton of them. And she does races all the time. And I know, no doubt about it, she's going to get back out there. Now, she says she's not going to be running anymore because the doctor doesn't want her to, but she's still going to walk a ton of miles.
Yes, she will.
I know for a fact she ran over like 1,400 miles in 2020.
Wow.
In her 70s.
Amazing. Superwoman.
Yeah. Oh, Ken says time for YouTube. You could kill it there, Greg. Well, thank you, Ken. And get ready for it because it is coming. We have a YouTube channel already, but there are things in place that are going to happen in 2021 that we've just kind of been waiting for this stuff to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to unleash the horses. So it should be a lot of fun. I don't know what unleashes the horses really is. I
was going to say, woo.
Hey, brah, we're going to rock it out, brah. I know, right?
I know, right?
Khaki shorts, polo shirt, long socks, and white New Balance. That is Eric Clemens. That is not me, Morgan. So
I don't know about the long socks part.
No. Or a Harley.
No,
I can't. I'm not really a Harley guy.
Do not prompt that one.
Yeah. Morgan for the win. Don't encourage her.
Don't encourage her. Go on, encourage her more. Come on.
So I was wrong. Shirley did 1,831 miles.
We lowballed her, Milby. She loves that.
I mean, you think about that. 1,831 miles. I'm not going to do the math, but that is an extremely long distance to go. You know, that takes a lot of commitment.
Her doctor wants her to slow down. That's a lot.
Yeah. Kristen says, buy a farm. No, Kristen, I watched your dad, who apparently retired from like 4 jobs and still has 9. He's always working all the time.
Hey, they're back at work today. We need to keep our good mojo going to Frankfurt, that everybody can get along and get some stuff done.
Yeah. By the way, I saw him on TV like 6 times yesterday.
You did?
For whatever reason, I don't know if it was Wave 3 or somebody, every time they did a story about Frankfurt, they kept showing he was getting a shot. They used the same little bit of B-roll over and over and over.
So
and I'm
funny.
going, how many times does Dennis Parrott need to get? I'm glad Lisa ironed his white shirts.
Isn't that funny? So cute.
Because, you know, that's the thing. It's like, it's session time.
That's what she said.
When the white shirts come out and it's press on. And the Dale Earnhardt shirts go into the closet.
That's right. No more of that slouchy sweatshirty stuff.
Yeah. Ken says he probably did 20 miles last year.
There you go.
Yeah. My thing is, I tried, I got to get back on it. I went from 1,600 miles the year before to, I did like 260 miles last year, which is
1,600 miles. Like you get up there, that's a lot. It's a lot of pounding pavement.
Yeah. Right now I'm at 6 miles for 2021.
Listen, it's only the 5th. I had to look at the date. I forgot.
Oh, so 3 things that you didn't know yesterday, and bacon bit segment for you as well. This is kind of together. These are things you didn't know. That's kind of the mix, because I can give you like the little stat things all the time with the bacon bits, but they don't always go as far as I need them to, because you know, I've only got so many stats and bathroom readers.
All right.
So these are things you can share, and I'll give you trivia from time to time. Did you know that the average 4-year-old child asks over 400 questions a day?
I think my 14-year-old does too.
They did a study on that. So,
how many?
Over 400 questions a day.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Brian says, fun fact, cabins at Camp Carlson go on sale this weekend. Yeah, they're impressive, Brian, but you got to haul those things out of there.
Oh.
So, and like I think
one.
Yeah, I think some of them are going to go for a pretty penny too.
Yeah.
Not like property in downtown E-Town, but hey.
Right.
Oh, did I say that? Being unmarried can shorten a man's life by 10 years. That doesn't say anything about a woman. Yeah. And I know you're a fan of Florida or the South. Did you know that there are over 1 million swimming pools in Florida, even though the ocean is no further than 80 miles away from anybody?
Well, that is fascinating to me. Well, first of all, more people have them because you can use them year round.
Yeah.
And so because the weather is more conducive to to doing that. But that is fascinating to me. That's a fun stat.
A million
And I like
swimming
both.
pools.
And I'll go from one to the other multiple times in one day.
Yeah. And here is something that we can incorporate, which would make our kids uncomfortable because they may not know what it is.
Oh, good.
Because that's what I'm looking at doing. I want to start coming up with we used to have the word of the day.
Yeah.
I did on the radio, and it was, plethora was one of those words that I used all the time. Because plethora. Oh, there was a plethora of jokes on the show today.
Yes.
And that was the word that really clicked to me. But maybe one of these words will click for some of our viewers.
There you go.
All right. So here's the word for us today. Chuffy.
What?
Chuffy.
God bless you. If
somebody is short with you, like let's just say Morgan, quit being so chuffy.
Spell it.
Chuffy.
Oh, chuffy, like huffy, chuffy.
Yeah.
I've never heard that word.
Morgan Castor, please quit being so chuffy.
Like if someone's short with you.
Right. You tell them you don't have to be so chuffy. Don't be chuffy.
So chuffy.
It's a strange old word with obscure origins and one that sounds a bit softer than the word jerk.
Fascinating. Why are you being so chuffy?
Pull that out today at the house. When Mitch is down there playing Golden Tee and he shanks one into the woods, be like, why are you being so chuffy?
I'm on it. I'll be like, hello, I said dinner in 10 minutes. Why are you being so chuffy with me?
Morgan says she's never been accused of being short in any way.
She also had a life emoji. Yeah, that's what you said, right? It's a British word, chuffy.
Yeah. It's one of those. So
2021, bringing Chuffy back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. If JT can bring sexy back, we can bring Chuffy back. On that note, that is going to about wrap it up.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Chuffy,
thanks for joining us.
Okay, we'll go. Quit being so chuffy.
Yeah. This has been show number 79 of Bacon in Your Mailbox on this Tuesday, January the 5th, 2021. We did survive that. She is Jana Clark, community admirer. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller, and this has been Bacon in Your Mailbox. And
bye, y'all.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, sorry. Bye, y'all.